Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how is it going? I am so glad to see you all here today. Welcome everybody who is in the chat right now. Welcome. Let me scroll all the way up. Wow, you guys have been talking a lot. Welcome Christian. Welcome Hamster. Welcome Karsten. Welcome Kuolo. Welcome Benjamin. Welcome. Who else? Wow, I have to scroll all the way down now. Welcome Alina. Welcome John. Welcome Kurt. Welcome JP. Oh boy, you guys are making me scroll a bunch. Welcome Julia. Welcome, let's see, we've got Julia and Sierra as well. Welcome Lakeside. Welcome Mercury. That's a cool name. Welcome Ryan. Neat. Okay. Yeah, I got a haircut, everybody. I hope you like it. I got it earlier today from my lovely wife. She cut my hair. I don't have very much of it left, but hey, still got more than Kurt, so it's okay. But not for long. It is coming out fast. Hey, how's everybody doing? Let me see in chat. Who had a good week? Did anybody do anything good? Oh, I see just people reacting to. Yeah. Cool. I tried a new camera setup today. So, well, not a new camera setup, but I've tried getting it like zoomed out a little bit more than normal. I was watching it back last week, and it was way too zoomed in. You saw way too much of my face. So this week we're gonna try it a little bit further away. Ryan says you looks weird. Well, that's fair. Karsten says me. Oh, had a good week. Good. JP had a good week. Christian Chan, you guys got a new car. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that's awesome. Way to go. I don't think we did anything super cool this week. But something I did do this week that I have to tell you guys about is, and let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up like the graphic to show you guys. So this is not. I just want to before I show you this. This is not. This is not the logo. However, let me save that image to pictures, and I'll show you here. Okay, you guys ready for this? This is some big news. This is a big announcement. Let's do. Wait, how do I make it full screen? Oh, like that. There we go. Okay, you guys ready for this? Now I need to get back to OBS. Boom. Okay, so this is the graphic for the Good Friday Youth Rally. I'm gonna put myself all the way down there. This year's Good Friday Youth Rally, I'm on the lead team for getting this thing set up, so that's why I get to show you this now. This is our logo for our picture for this year. So we're doing hashtag Storytime or Storytime. That's our Good Friday theme this year. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is our tagline. It's hilarious when that was brought up in our meetings, our planning meetings. I laughed so hard. That time God literally died. So anyway, yeah, we're really looking forward to this. We are going to be doing, well, now how do I get this to leave my screen? Oh, there we go. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so we're doing, Good Friday Youth Rally. It's going to be on, let me give you the day. Ready? April 2nd. So it's going to be April 2nd, which is Good Friday. We're going to go live at 7 p.m. And you'll want to log in because you're going to recognize some faces. That's all I'm going to say for now. I will tell you more later. But for now, I will tell you that much. You will recognize some faces, and you won't recognize my face. I'm not in the video, so don't worry. But you will recognize some other faces. So check that out. I encourage you to look at that, and I will give you more information about that in the next little while. Next thing as well. So on the 17th, so not next week, but the week after, we're going to have a break for youth. And you heard it here first, folks. We are going to do an event on the 19th. It's going to be a pretty fun but chill event, and it's socially distant and kind of in person, but not really in person. We are going to do a Where's Waldo event. And me and a couple other leaders, which they're kind of finding out for the first time now as well. But we had talked about doing some kind of events like this a while ago. We're gonna kind of give you some locations that you need to go to. So it's gonna be like a photo scavenger hunt, and you may or may not find a leader or two at some of the locations every now and then. So stay tuned. More information to come next week about that. And that's going to be on the 19th. Okay, so that'll be the 19th. Actually, that's it'll be 19th or 20th. We're gonna decide this week, because it'll depend on what time sunset is, because I don't want to do it too late. So if sunset isn't quite late enough, then we'll do it on the 20th. But remember, on Wednesday the 17th, so not next week but the week after, there is no youth. Okay, we're having a leaders meeting that day. All right, final announcement. We have the logo contest. So I see that down there. When do you have to have the logo sent in by? Ideally, if next week will be kind of the last-ish week, you can have a bit more time if you need a bit more time. I've been seeing some really, really good ones being sent in. Remember, one thing that I had mentioned, and I think a couple of you may have forgotten because I've seen a few of the submissions. So let me just go over a couple of the parameters one more time with you guys so that you remember. Remember that when you are sending the logo in, or when you're creating a logo, we already have a swoosh, so we don't want to like try to reinvent the swoosh just for youth. So like, you know how Summit has the like thing, like the kind of sideways mustache. We don't want to reinvent that. So we want to try something that's a little bit different, because if we were to do a swoosh and then it was a little bit different than the Summit swoosh, then it wouldn't look like it would look like we're a completely different brand. So we're just looking for kind of like a sub logo, a logo just for youth, all on its own. So you don't have to include the swoosh in it, and in fact, I would encourage you not to. Okie dokie. All right, cool. We're gonna play a quick game here. I'm gonna pull up some Jackbox Party Pack. Let me close Discord there. That's where we're doing all of our planning stuff for the Good Friday Youth Rally. So I had to pull that open. We are gonna do a long lost game that we haven't done for quite some time. I'm gonna mute that desktop audio, or else it's going to get loud up in here. Okay, there we go. All right. We are gonna, so yeah, you guys, we are doing Jackbox, so feel free to hop on your phones there. Go to jackbox.tv, please. We're gonna make that full screen. Give it a little bit of volume. Maybe, you know what? I can give you guys more volume than that. And then I'm just going to turn my headphones down. Okay, perfect. Okay, we got that. We've got this all set. We are playing. Ready for the big reveal? once you guys have... Oh, wait. The thing isn't up on the screen yet. There we go. All right, I'm swapping it. We are going to play a little bit of Madverse City. So the code is right here next to me, right? Is it? Yeah, right there. So go to that code, join the... Oh, you guys are all here already. Okay, make sure you guys join the audience as well. There's going to be a lot of voting to do here. We've got Sierra, Karsten, Anelia, 59 Sub Boy. We got Sugawara. We got Josh, maybe? We're not sure if it is. We've got Nick Canati, and we've got Finster. So welcome, everybody. Sierra, you are VIP, so you can click this "Everybody's in to start" button. Once you hear my voice, then perfect. All right. And I'm assuming you guys want to probably hear.
Yo, check it out. I love all my MCs, but y'all got to back up.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not about to be a statistic down here. Yo, Rach, time to take over. Man, this looks like Chicago all over again.
Where are you? Never mind. Here's how you do it. We'll ask you for a word or a phrase. We'll use it to complete line 1 of your rap. You then write a line that rhymes with it. We do that about 2 times and you have your 4-line verse. We hear him back and we vote on that winner, which honestly you all are. Well, Shadow?
No, it's cool. Let him stay. I was hoping to get stomped through the pavement today. Somebody grab them mics and let's get this thing going. It's time to look at your devices. Follow each instruction that you see, and then you let them rhymes start coming off the top of your dome. Hit the suggestion button if you need help.
All right. I need to pop chat out so that I can actually see you guys. There we go. Is it fun to have chat up on screen? Is that enjoyable for you guys? Is it kind of? I guess it's kind of like Twitch then. There, I'll go like that. I don't know how to make it like see-through, but my head's in the way of it. Here, I'll do that, and I'll try to make it the same size as my head. There we go. Oh, but then it disappears. Alright, never mind. That didn't work. That was a waste of time. Okay, you guys don't get to see chat. Sorry, only I do. Okay. You guys have about a minute and 20 seconds-ish. Remember, there's a small delay, so... kind of make sure that you guys get done early.
Okay, you're about halfway through your writing time.
Okay. All right, we've got who's done? We've got Josh, Sugawara or Shugawara. I don't know. Maybe whoever you are, you can tell me in chat how to pronounce that properly. Is it Sugawara or Shugawara? Or is it Weira? I don't even know. Maybe it's Suge Wei. I don't know. Or maybe it's
You still can't think of anything.
Sugar
You can
Wara.
choose right for me, but you might not like
59 Subboy, Anila, and Karsten also done. Finster done. Now we are waiting on... Oh, Sierra's done as well. Okay, it's only Nick Canati left.
Faster. Time's almost up.
Well, I almost sneezed. I didn't want to do that right into my microphone because that would be super gross.
Here's the draw. Check
All
out
right.
who's going head to head.
Let's do
Check
this.
it out.
I think
The
it'll
first
rap
battle
for
of the
you.
night.
So
let's do this. All right, you got
I don't have to actually rap.
buttons. Let us know if it's whack or dope.
Karsten versus Sierra.
I've learned all I know from watching toilet paper devils like layers are like pears. I'm feeling it. The beat is farting. If you got farting, you've got tardings.
Okay.
All right. We heard that. Let's keep it moving.
Well,
Let's go. Your turn.
at least it had a theme.
Don't look now, I stole your tummy. Gotta tell you, you ain't so funny. Gather round, I'm about to get chilly. Got to up my level of silly.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
All right.
Nice.
We got some
All
rhymes
right,
going.
y'all. It's voting time. Let's make it happen.
All right, everybody, audience members and players, now you have to vote on which rap was better. Which one did you like more? They were both good, but which one did you connect with?
Let's get those votes in.
We had two pretty good raps there. All right, total votes. All right, Karsten coming away with the win on this one. Good work.
Congratulations, Shorty. That was pretty decent. Good job. I need my next two MCs to step up here.
All right,
You ready
next
to
two.
go?
We got Finster versus Anila.
My name's the Juggernaut 'cause I never jump. On my knee, I have a large lump. Here I come, straight from the home. I brush my hair with a comb.
Ooh. You got a rhyme that has
Maybe you
different
can do better
letters
than
than the
that.
word before
It's
it.
time for you
Nice
to come
work.
back. Show them your strength.
Time for Finster.
People like me more than they like phone. 'Cause I locate to rock it to the bone. Cover your eyes, I'm bright like a gold tooth. You can find me in a phone booth.
All right.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Well, there you go.
Battle is over. It's time for you to pick up
We
your
had
devices.
we had a
and
couple
vote.
good rhymes. We had gold tooth and phone booth and home and comb. What do you guys have for me? Let's see what the votes say. All right, a little bit closer on that one. Finster taking the win, 66%. Nice work.
We have gotten our winner. Congratulations.
All right,
You know what
Next
it is.
pair.
It's the next matchup.
we've got Josh maybe versus
I just stopped by
Sugawara.
on my way to the bank. I gave a dime to guy outside and he gave me no thanks. I'm known from here to gym. Because my legs are super thin.
All right.
Would you be
Peace
known at the
and
gym
love.
if you
Let's
had?
move on.
I guess maybe.
Your
Yeah.
turn. Get ready.
All right, Josh's turn.
I'm a wild animal that you can never swim. The light in this room is getting kinda dim. I ain't a bot and it's a fact that I run. In fact, I find running really super fun.
Okay.
Now,
So
that's
we've got
what I'm
one
talking
person
about.
talking about,
Right off the top of
you
the
know, they're
pockets.
well known at the gym because they've got
Battle
thin
is
legs, and
now
then the
officially
other one's talking
over.
about how much
Use
they
your
enjoy running.
devices and figure out who it is that was the dopest MC.
All right, let's see those votes. All right, way to
Okay,
go,
good job. Good job. You got your
Sugawara.
winner. Hey man, come on, watch where you step. All right, next two robots. Let's go.
All right, we've got 59 Subboy versus
My future's as
somebody
bright as a
almost
burning
me.
Coca-Cola. My future's as bright as a Nick. I may not be charming, but I'm his.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now let's keep it moving. Now you know it's your turn, right?
Okay, I guess that's a wrap.
I've been known to rhyme happily. I don't know how to rhyme. I swag when the sun rises and when it jump low K. If.
I don't know.
Yo,
These
that was
those were two.
not good. Check it out. Now it's
I don't
time to
know.
use your
Those were
devices
two
to
high-quality
vote on who
raps,
brought
I
it
guess.
stronger.
Oh boy, there was not a whole lot of rhyming going on there. Let's see what we got.
Let's get those votes in expeditiously.
All right, the winner is 59 Subboy with the one extra vote. All right, way to go.
And now we got our winner. Nice job, kiddo. Round 1 is over. Next round coming. Good job, everybody.
All right.
Let's check the
Not
score.
bad. Let's see who's in the lead right now. We got Karsten in first place. Way to go, dude.
Time to get right.
All right. Second and final round. I think there's only 2 rounds in this game. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, but I don't think I am. All right. You've got, the clock says 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Treat it like 2 minutes, just in case. You never know. Yeah, boy, those were creative, some of them. Those last 2, I don't know if those last 2 raps were very poetic. They were inspired, but maybe wouldn't call them poems. Let's see what. Let me pull up chat here and see what you guys are saying. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, after that round, I'm excited to see what's in store. I don't know. I want to see what you guys have to show me. Oh, by the way, there's another surprise after this. I've been saving that one. I didn't want to tell you until after the game, but there's one final surprise. And if you can guess it, I don't know. I'll do something
Got about
funny.
a minute left. Go, 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 go.
If you can guess what the surprise is. All right, we've got Sugawara done. You still got to tell me how to say that. I don't know. Throw it up in chat or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. We got 59 Subboy done. Anila done. Josh is done. Or is he? We don't know. There's a question mark. Wait on Karsten's. Oh, never mind. Karsten's all done. Just waiting on Sierra. Waiting on Nick Canady. Oh, Nick Canady's done. And Finster. Just you two, Sierra and Finster. You've got about 10 seconds when you hear this. So make sure you get those answers
Come on, get
in
your thumb
fast.
out. Let's get it in.
Oh, looks like that building's about to fall. All right, Finster's done. Quick, Sierra. Oh no! Uh-oh. Oh, just in time, maybe.
Here's the undercard and main event for round 2.
All
Somebody
right,
better
we've
come
got
get this money. All right,
round
first
1.
battle. Let's
Josh
get it
versus
in.
Anila.
You should run away and join the government. But you might just fall and land onto the cement. You take me down, I'll give you a Mars. It's not quite big as Earth, but I just trapped some bars.
Oh, okay. You brought it back in the second
Major
half
hot
there.
fire coming from that
Brought it
robot.
back.
We love you. Please don't kill us.
Now,
Karis,
you know you
you're
gotta
saying
come back
it's not
after that.
you, LOL, but I pronounce it
Passing you
Sugawara.
by
Okay.
before you can jitter. The coffee I drank was very bitter.
Okay.
I'm the main course, you're a pile of loose meat. Bow down and kiss my feet.
All right. Well, we've got Anila versus a pile of cold cuts, it looks like
Not
now.
wanna destroy nothing.
Okay, y'all.
All
now
right,
the
those were
battle is
2 good
over.
ones. I
You
liked
gotta
those
use your
ones.
devices to
Josh,
vote.
you brought that one back in the second half. Anila, I liked it. 2 good raps. Okay, so I pronounced the next one Sugawara. Good to know. Is that like a character from a TV show or something? Anila coming in big with
Good
the
job,
big win
good
there.
job. Congratulations.
Damn.
Hey,
Excellent.
watch your
I
feet,
like it.
dude. That's the biggest toe I ever seen in my life. All right, where my next 2 MCs at?
All right, we've got Sierra versus Nick
You
Canady.
get hit, you're gonna get jumped. I don't know why you med. I'm a hurricane. You're a windy. But in kinda thinly.
What?
Okay, word, cool.
Okay.
Let's go. Now let's keep it moving. Did you hear what they just said? You gonna let them get away with that?
Oh boy. Apparently I'm not a good rapper.
Your thrift store rhymes are secondhand presents. Your cooking is best with roasted pheasants. Have you ever heard you look like a Barbie?
Wrapping the hot fire.
I look like hay.
Oh no, you weren't able to finish
Yo,
in time.
time's a waste.
So close.
Let's keep it moving. Time to pick somebody to vote for. Let's get those votes in.
What rhymes with Barbie? Does any? I don't even know. I don't know if anything rhymes with Barbie, does it?
You gotta
Barbie.
get them votes in.
Barbie. That's not a word. Darby. Darby's a. What's Darby? Darby's something. Sierra coming in big though. It's a big win. People are saying you don't need that last word. It was good
Next
enough
match,
as it was.
Next battle.
All right, we've got Sugawara versus
It
Karsten.
doesn't help that you're not very jammy. I thought it came to some canning.
I don't know what that means.
Try to keep up. Do you need a plane? Or do you think you will lose your fame?
Ooh! He's calling you out.
Right. I see the swag.
Karsten's calling you
Grab
out,
the mic, yo.
Sugawara.
It's on you.
What are you gonna say back?
This is no Valentine, this is a pandemic.
Oh,
Terry's nothing out there anymore you can lick. You hear the sad news? You're about to murder.
Oh.
Because you can't get a girl, you're a bad flirter.
oh my goodness.
All right, thank you. Now
Well.
we gotta move on.
Okay.
Okay, now it's over. Who's the dopest rapper? Who's the wackest cat?
Karis is saying, why is Karsten good at this? Maybe you guys have a secret rapper in your hand and you don't know it. Sugawara coming in with 18 of 19 votes. Oh my goodness me.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
You got our winner. Now my next two battlers are up
Holy
and they
smokes,
ready to
that's a lot
roll.
of points. All right, now we've got 59 Sub Boy versus Finster.
The strong survive and you are looking stinky.
Oh,
I wave the white flag of surrender.
okay.
Give up your dreams, cause I'm barfing is not cool.
Okay.
I will check you out after school.
Okay. We got one run there.
All right. I see what you're working with.
It's
Time
all
for
right.
you to answer.
Okay.
You gotta come strong.
You're the student, I'm the muddy hog. I'm the loser in the bog, Iplamau. Here's my message. You're guaranteed to slam face down. Here's a fart, not a funny joke, lol.
Nice words. What?
Give it up
I,
for that major bar.
I
Right
don't.
now
I
is the
don't
time to
understand
vote.
what's
So
happening
start
right
clicking
now.
that button.
Benjamin says, "Can we play again? I want to win." I don't know. Maybe next week. It's a fun game, but it's a long one. All right, who's winning this one? Who's taking it? Finster's taking it. 56% of the vote. Way to go, buddy.
Everybody
The
vote,
audience is saying,
and you got our winner.
nah, 59 sub. You got to have a rhyme,
Keep it
or you're
moving.
not going to
Round
win.
two
That's
is
what the
over.
audience is saying.
Let's check out those
All right, let's
scores.
see. There must be one more round. Sugawara jumping up in a first place. Way to go, buddy. All right.
All right, now it's time to get them lyrics flowing. You got to get in them, so let them have it.
Okay, it sounds like this is the last and final round. And you guys are able to take down a building. Way to go. I don't know if on your screen you can see that, but there's little things that you can be like clicking, like spamming, and stuff will happen on screen. So it looks like you guys are trying to take down this building in the middle here. All right. Well, those were. I'm not sure what to say about those rhymes. They were unique. Is that? I think unique is the word. All right. You guys have a minute and a half, give or take. Whichever one of those, whichever give or take means less than that. I still haven't seen any guesses for what the next surprise is. So I guess you guys are just want to be surprised, which I respect, honestly. All right, we've got Josh and Sugawara done. Everybody, you've got less than a minute left. I know the screen says a minute, but remember there is a short
Got about a
delay.
minute left.
59 Sub Boy, he's saying, I'm all done. This time I'm going to have a rhyme, I promise. Anila's all done. All right, we're waiting on Karsten, Sierra, Nick Canati, and Finster. You guys almost have that middle building falling. Karsten's all done. All right, waiting on Sierra. Oh, Sierra's done. Finster's done. Nick Canati, you're the only one left. Come on, buddy. Gotta get that answer in quick.
You know you can use right for me to help us fill in your line.
There we go. We're all done.
This is the final round. Here's the card.
Okay.
Lots of money on the line.
All right, you look like you ready. Come on, let's get it. Let's hear it.
Up first, we've got Nick Canati versus Karsten.
Feel that pain? That's me kicking your arm. Boy, that must hurt. Forget Ghostbusters for you, I call plumber. But you're kinda dumber.
Okay,
All right, thanks,
we got one
thanks.
rhyme.
Now we gotta move
That
on.
works.
Yo, you gotta get that.
All right, time for Karsten,
Your game is
VCR
ancient,
boy.
like Zelda. Your face matches names like Selma. What day is it? It's the day you get zigzagged. It ain't no time to get that bagged.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Ding, ding. The bell has
I mean,
rang.
I wouldn't
Vote
say
to
that
see who was the dopest
Zelda's ancient. I play Zelda, and I'm not ancient. I don't think. Do you all view me as ancient?
MC. Hit the voting button.
All right, 16 votes, and Karsten's coming away with the victory on that one. 63%.
And our winner is you. Congratulations.
Where my two MCs
Karis
at?
calling out
Let's
her
go.
brother for double negatives. Uh-oh. All right, we've got Josh for his 59 sub.
I need you like a fish needs a house. I do not have a cat, but they will eat a mouse. Dang, your last rhyme was pathetic and sloppy. I'm so sorry. Here, have a poppy.
Okay.
People
Got some,
like that
got
one.
some
So please
solid rhymes going
You know
on.
you gotta answer that. Put some weights on them
Julia's
muscles
saying
and
in
get
chat
them words
that I'm
out.
pretty old. Come on. Not old.
You say
59
you
Sub
kill
Boy
voices,
says-
but you just commit sugar cookie. I did not kill a pig, but you are a rookie.
Oh, this is awkward.
Your rhymes are bad cause you are dumb as a dog or Bowie. But take my memes, so I'm a lizard Bowie.
Okay, 59 sub boy rhymes
saying
boy
no
with
to that
boy,
rap.
which
All right, now you gotta
Seems
use
to
your
be-
devices to find out who gonna make it and
That
who
makes
gonna get
sense.
slayed.
all right, where are these votes going? Let's see. Who wins this round? With 16 votes, all 16 of them going to Josh. 100% of the vote. Oh my word.
Well, all right.
Way to
now,
go,
you're our
dude.
winner. Congratulations.
30,000.
Where my MCs at? Come on
Okay.
and get down. Let's get it started.
Second last match, we got Anila versus Sierra.
Just put on your coat and run to the city. Her grandma died. Oh, what a pity.
Oh,
Go ahead and dig a grave, you're done napping.
okay.
Hear ye, clap, clap, clapping.
Okay, maybe a little bit rushed
Wasn't
for time at
best
the
I
end.
heard, but it wasn't the worst either. Ooh, you gotta respond to that.
In the human gene pool, your vehicle is better than school because you get more tools.
Okay,
Your flow is jammed better, give it a swim.
okay.
If you swim well, y'all get to meet him.
Oh, who's Tim?
Thank y'all. Let's keep moving. Check. Tell me who was the whack cat, and then tell me who
All
was the
right,
hot
who
line.
is going to win this matchup? I have no input. I liked both of them the same amount.
Let's get those votes in expeditiously.
All right, let's see. 14 votes this time. 12 of them going to Anila. Way to go. 86% of the votes. Congratulations.
All right, y'all. Here's your winner.
Champ.
Here's the best of the best.
All right,
Time to
we've
prove
got-
who's number one.
Number 1 and number 2 facing off right now. Sugawara versus Finster. Who's going to come
As
out
I
on
open
top?
my mouth, your heart will climb. It will be so sublime.
Oh, good word.
I speak the truth, don't you find? I see you crying.
Okay. Okay.
Yo, time's a waste. Let's keep it
Some
moving.
good
Where
rhymes.
the next spot at?
Nice
Grab
word.
the
I
mic
like
and get busy.
sublime.
You're strutting around like you're the assassin. But you can't even kill your own kin. Sorry, but for you, it's game around. You gonna die like a whale at ground.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now we gotta move on.
All right.
Time to vote, y'all.
Both
Who
good.
brought it and who didn't?
Pretty aggro. All right, he comes out on top.
Let's get those votes in.
Tim. Finster just budging ahead with one extra vote. Way to go.
All right.
Everybody's saying little
The
Timmy
numbers don't lie.
fell down the well.
Congratulations.
LOL, rest
Now
in
that
peace, Timmy.
was
Who's
dopeness.
Timmy?
Let's check out the scores and see who won.
All right. The winner, Anila, making a big comeback.
For all that damage you did.
Way to
Check it
go.
out. This is Shadow Master MC.
All right.
Hailing from the
Whoever
west
that
side
is,
of Chicago,
congratulations.
You already know what it is. We out of
Throw it
this
up in
piece.
chat. Way to go. Okay, here's the final scores. In first place, Anila, second place, and third place, divided by only like 1,500 points. Finster and Sugawara. And then only a few points less than that, we've got Josh. And then in fifth place, we've got Karsten, Sierra, Nick Canati, and 59 Subboy. Good job, everybody. And then bring that way down there. Escape. Are you sure you want to exit? I am. I'm very sure. There we go. Okay, let me get YouTube back up here. Restore the chat. Okay. Hamster MC says, I lost because my robot is super sucks. I don't think they were all that bad. You gotta, the better rhymes win. That's what I'm saying. That's how you play this game. The better rhymer wins. Although, who knows? Maybe the robots play a part in it. We will see. Hey, we've got a surprise. I told you guys there was a surprise today, and let me tell you, it is a good one. Now, let's see how we can get this working here. Okay, I'm gonna pop chat back out again because I did promise a surprise, but I also want to be able to read chat. Okay, we're gonna go into studio mode. All right, are you ready for this surprise, everybody? I hope so. Okay, everybody, put your hands together for our very special guest. That's right, we have a special guest today who can, who is now welcome to unmute, and welcome to the live stream, the one and only Kurt Weaver. Kurt, say hello to your roaring fans.
Hey everybody!
Excellent.
How's everyone doing?
Cool.
Good.
We've got John's giving you a bunch of clapping emojis. That's pretty cool. Got a bunch of woohoos. Got some highs.
Oh, I can't see from where I am at right now. Actually, I can only see me, and that's it.
It's okay. If anybody has like a real good joke in chat, I'll let you know. Oh, I realized that I was muted on Zoom, so you couldn't hear me. There, now you can hear me in real time. Perfect.
Yes, I can.
Hey Kurt, before we get started, you weren't expecting this. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, Kurt. First question, just so that we can get to know you a little bit better. Yep. Kurt, what is your absolute favorite smell?
Smell. Actually, chocolate. Believe it or not, I love chocolate.
Okay.
I'm a chocoholic, so that would be it.
The smell of chocolate. That's good to know. All right, everybody. You now know Kurt a little bit better. If you ever really want to get him a nice scented a nice scented candle, then grab one of them. Grab one of them chocolate scented candles. Okay, Kurt. Next question I got for you.
Okay.
What is? And now I'm assuming you have a game on your phone. What is your favorite game to play on your phone?
Actually, I'm kind of old school. So one of my favorite games is, what do they call it here? It's called Free Cell. Something like that. It's just a card game. If it ever starts up, come on here. It's just a simple card game. So, now it's not even done anything. Okay, there you go. I'm a pretty simple guy.
Cool. All right. Next question. Would you be, for figuratively, for $100, if somebody was like, I'll give you $100 if you show us your socks and underwear drawer, would it be put together enough for you to be willing to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Please don't, but just wanted to check. If you never know, right?
I don't know if I showed my wife's underwear drawer, but yeah, I'll show
Yeah, probably not. Last question is gonna be, John says I'll do it for 50, and Kathy said he'd do it.
Yeah. I'll do 25.
Last and final question. What is your background on your phone?
Oh, you guys are gonna laugh at me. It's the main Apple one, and then the other main background is just the Apple.
Oh,
I'm pretty uneventful. Sorry, guys. There's not
all right,
much...
people. We need our students to help you come up with a good background. So maybe students, if you guys want to do your magic, after all, like I saw all of your creativity. I saw your creativity getting my face cut out of YouTube and making a video out of it. So if you guys want to make Kurt a really cool background, let me see those Photoshop abilities, and let's get him a proper phone background that's not just the plain Apple one. Let's see what you guys can do.
You know what? What I got to do when we get together, because I have pictures of old youth. When we get together and get everyone together one day when we get out of this COVID, I got to take a picture of all the youth together, and that's going to be my background screen.
For sure.
I really want to do that.
Kathy says put him on a unicorn. All right, if anybody can put him on a unicorn, Kathy will make that Kurt's background. And yeah, if you guys want to give him a wig or something like that, be creative, Kara says she'll do it. Okay, perfect.
Not everyone can look like a good as John Durst, but
Right, yeah. Okay, well, everybody, you now know Kurt just a little bit better. Favorite smell is chocolate. Favorite game is called 3 Square or something like that. Three Cell. It's it's all the same, and he's just not a fancy background guy. So we'll fix that for him. No worries. And he has no shame. He's willing to show off his socks and underwear for $100 and
even $10.
Nah, that's okay. See, I don't want anybody looking in my drawers. I don't fold my clothes well enough to be like, yeah, everybody, look how clean my drawers are. It's like I've got shirts hanging from the roof, probably.
Well, they fold it. They're kind of just stuffed in there. But
yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. Perfect. Well, everybody, Kurt is going to be our preacher today. So, this story I know is very close to Kurt's heart. We're in John 8 today. And so Kurt, I'm just going to quickly pray for you, and then I'll let you take it away.
Awesome.
All right. And chat as well for all of our students watching. I know it's like different than how we would normally do it, but if we were in person, this is what I would want you to do. So because we're online, we may as well do it too. Take your hand and just kind of like outstretch it towards your monitor as if you're kind of reaching out and just blessing Kurt, right? That's it's kind of like the laying on of hands, but we just want to reach out to Kurt and pray for him now. So, dear God, Lord, we come before you. We lift up our brother to you, Kurt. God, I pray that you would speak through him this evening, that you would speak the message that you have for all of us. Lord, I thank you for the words that you've given him today. God, I pray that your words would be spoken with power and confidence. So, Lord, I lift up Kurt. I pray that we would be humbled to sit under his leadership and hear about his story and his experience with this story, as well as what you are trying to teach us through this chapter of the book of John, God. So, Lord, we pray this in your name. I ask that we would be well attentive, that we would have eyes to see, ears to hear, and hearts to know. So, Lord, we pray this all in your holy, mighty name. We love you and we need you. Amen.
Amen. Thank
All
you
right.
guys for-
Well, I'm gonna mute myself here, and I'm gonna kind of remove my video from the screen, so I'm not just kind of oddly sitting here watching you. And yeah, I'll be like right here. So if you need any technical help or something, let me know, and I'll jump back.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that.
All right, everybody, let's listen to Kurt.
All right. So, hi guys, how you doing? Again, Kurt Weaver. If you don't know me, so I want to say sorry to some of the senior highs because I know some of you heard the story before, but I think you'll get the gist of it. First of all, I want to say thanks to Nick for allowing me to do this and all that. I'm going to just start right off the bat. Actually, I'm going to start sharing my screen because we might as well make sure everything works good this way. And I'm going to be wearing my glasses because I'm half blind here. Share and I believe you can all see it. Okay, so we're going to be John 8 was of course our lesson today. We were supposed to read the entire chapter, but the reason I asked Nick to do this, if I could allow to do it this week, and again I thank Nick for allowing me, is when I was your age I didn't believe in God. And in fact, I wasn't until age 19 that I even knew anything about Jesus Christ, really. Just knew through what is about Christmas, that's about it. As I started to, in my early 20s and mid 20s, I start to research this. A person said to me, why don't you believe in Jesus? And I said, well, come on, who could believe in a guy who walks on water and brings people back to life? I mean, come on, it's a fairy tale, right? And he said to me, he said, okay, why don't you just read the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and just, and just at least look at it, what he says. I said, well, okay, what can it lose, right? And I would read them all. And, I liked what I heard, especially the Sermon on the Mount. But it wasn't until I got to this story of Jesus and the woman who was accused of committing adultery, where it really drive home to me for so many reasons. First of all, when I read it, I still didn't believe in God, but I said, if God's real, this is the God I want to believe in. This is it. Because he held up laws, but he also showed a lot of love and grace here. And it just meant a lot to me. And actually, this is probably the 50th time I read this story. And every single time I read it, I learned something new. I even just learned something about it 2 days ago, actually, I didn't even know about it. So I just think it's an amazing story. And one of the things, what I could ask you guys is when you start listening to the story and read, and I've got a little video for you, hopefully it's going to work, is get into it. Pretend you're actually there during this whole, and hopefully you guys all read this right into the story. Pretend you're either, one of the Pharisees, one of the maybe the woman who's being accused, maybe one of the men are about to throw a stone. Get into the story itself and really see how Jesus shines in this story. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to preach on this, or sorry, not preach. I'm not a preacher, but wanted to teach on this because this story actually helped me. I think helped me understand that God is real, and actually started a path of where I started to believe in Jesus Christ, right? Is one of the seeds that actually helped me. So we're going to get into it. But before we start, there's 2 themes I want to get at here. I want to get love and a fear theme. And my first question for you guys and girls to listen to yourself or ask yourself this is, do you love Jesus or do you fear him, right? And that's an important question because there are some people out there who actually, I've met them, who rather be feared, right? And there are some people out there that actually sometimes use love, but they use it in a fearing way. And my wife and I know people like this, actually, where they use love as almost like a tool, like, you're going to love me or else, you know, if you don't love me this way, then look out, you know. It's like, it's almost like they mix it up and all that. And you can see that a lot. And it's funny because I used to look at God that way. I used to look at him as like some godfather up in, you know, heaven. When I first became a Christian, and particularly when I first became a Christian, I used to think, oh, he's just down there, you know, making notes, or he did this bad, he did that bad, and he's ready to pounce on me. So I looked at Jesus as very fearful. All right. I saw Jesus, that the only way to heaven was to follow the laws. And in fact, once I became a Christian, I didn't get baptized till years later, because I thought I had to have all my ducks in a row. I had to be perfect. You know, I had to know all the laws, which is over 600 of them actually, and I had to be able to do them and just right and all that stuff, right? I wasn't really looking at the love and grace of God, right? Which is why this story really hit me. I was looking more at, I was fearing God actually, right? And I don't know about some of you, but sometimes people come to Christ because of fear. It's almost like a get out of jail card, if you know the game reference, right? And it's kind of like, I looked at God, well, you know, I better just believe in Jesus because I don't want to go to hell, right? The problem with this type of thinking, though, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, and I'm going to prove this in a couple of minutes, it leaves little room for grace, compassion, and love, especially for your fellow human being. And I'll explain why that is. Because God does not want you to fear him in that way, okay? And God wants you to love him, but there is a fear compartment of this. But I'm going to talk about that later on. But first, I want to show the love part. So let's see a little video. It's only going to last about a minute or so, and then we're going to actually dissect the verse line by line, okay? So hopefully this video is going to work. Here it goes.
This woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. In our law, Moses commanded that such a woman must be stoned to death. Now, what do you say?
But he bent over and wrote on the ground with his finger. As they stood there asking him questions, he straightened up.
Whichever one of you has committed no sin may throw the first stone at her.
Then he bent over again and wrote on the ground. When they heard this, they all left, one by one, the older ones first. Jesus was left alone with the woman still standing there. He straightened up.
Where are they? Is there no one left to condemn you?
No one, sir.
Well then, I do not condemn you either. Go. But do not sin again.
Okay, so I hope you guys all could hear that and see that video and all that. So I just love that act. I think it was great. That's out of obviously the movie Gospel of John and all that. It's a great movie. What I want to do now is, you should see in front of you right now is the this verse from 4 to 11 on John chapter 8. And we're going to pick over several highlights. We're going to read the whole thing over again than what you just saw. But we're going to actually pick piece by piece here, because I think it's really important to understand that even this small little story has so much theology in it, right? And all that. So the very first thing that I noticed is that, we're going to read verse 4. Sorry, speed up here. Teacher, and I'm going to quote, teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. Okay, we're going to stop here on the word act. As you know, act is a verb, right? It's an action word, right? Obviously, if she was caught in the act of adultery, that means she was obviously with the guy. Well, the first question comes to mind is, where's the guy, right? And it's interesting because this is one thing I love. This is one thing caught me. I loved about Jesus because Jesus he knew that right off the bat that these Pharisees were kind of hypocritical. They're hypocrites basically, because right off the bat, and if you read the next line, number five, it says, the law of Moses commands us to stone a woman such. What do you say? Right? Well, Jesus knew that they weren't really following completely Mosaic law here, because under Mosaic law, there's 3 verses that represent what people are supposed to do if they're caught in the act of adultery. And for example, I'm going to read you Deuteronomy 22, verse 22. And this is what it says, quote, if a man is found sleeping with another man's wife, both the man and the woman must die. You must purge the evil from Israel. And like I said, that's one of 3 verses. So you see, Jesus walked right into this and thought, okay, you know what? These Pharisees aren't really being honest here. They're trying to trap him for some reason, right? And that's what I loved. When I first heard that part, I thought, well, that's really cool that Jesus would even recognize that, because I'd be too clueless to recognize that. Let's read number 6 now. They were using this question as a trap. See, Jesus knew this, right? In order to have a basis to accuse him being Jesus. Actually, I should have made that capital H, sorry. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger, right? Then number 7, when they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, now here's a quote, let any one of you without sin be the first to throw the stone at her, right? Now, we're going to stop here for a second. First of all, Jesus again walks into this. He hears this woman be caught in adultery, which is true. She should be stoned according to Mosaic law. But of course, Jesus also knew they were being hypocrites, because where was the guy, right? Also, look what Jesus is saying here. Jesus is saying here that, yeah, you could stone her, but there's a caveat. And here's the caveat. People can only stone her who is sinless, basically, and only the first stone, right? So what I love about this part right here is that this shows the first part of compassion and grace to Jesus, right? Here's the second part. Notice here that Jesus said here, you can cast the first stone, not all the stones, just the first. And I know I can't hear you guys, but think of it this way. Here's Jesus with all the Pharisees. Here's the woman that's committed adultery and all the men who are about ready to stone her. Who was sinless out of the entire group? I'm assuming all you said Jesus in your own mind. He was the only person there that was sinless. And he himself actually could have thrown the stone. And when I first read that, I thought, yeah, Jesus, you could do it, right? And actually, when I first read the story, I thought he was going to do it. He didn't. That shows grace right there, right? So it was amazing, right? So we're going to go on to verse 8, right? And I just want to emphasize how this shows grace of God right here, right? So verse 8, he stooped down again and wrote on the ground. I just want to stop you right here, just a quick theology lesson, and Nick can break in if he wants to. There's nowhere in the Bible that says what Jesus is writing on the ground. Some believe, and there's no proof of this, so please don't go home to your mom and dad and say, oh, Kurt and Nick taught that this is what it says in the Bible, because it doesn't say this. But some believe that when Jesus wrote down, he was actually writing maybe the 10 Commandments out, or is writing specific sins. And therefore, when all the men around him were watching what Jesus writing, they start to realize, oh, we've done this. There's no proof of that, but that's some pastors I've heard maybe say that could be possibly true. So I'm just trying to add a little theology there for you. Anyways, we're going to go back to verse 9. At this, those who heard began to go away one at a time, the older one first, until Jesus was left with the woman still standing there. Now I want to stop here. Right? This also hits me, because think about this for a second. Other than maybe John Durst, I'm probably the oldest one here, right? And here's the thing, I'm no worse than any of you, but I've obviously created probably more sins than you have in my life for the simple reason I'm just older than you, right? Plus, being my age, I tend to think more about God and heaven because, well, let's face it, I'm kind of closer to death than most of you guys, right? And so I'm thinking and contemplate that more every day. And the reason I really love this verse and why I think this is not a myth is because that's exactly, I think, how people would react. If this is actually did happen, I really believe the older men in the group would have said, yeah, I've done sin. I've done worse. I've done a lot of bad things. And they would have thrown down the stone. And the younger men, which some of them probably were even teenagers, would have seen this and they, oh yeah, why is Kurt throwing down this? Oh, okay, yeah, I've sinned too. So I just want to put that out because this is why I do not think this is a myth, because that to me is too characteristic of how human nature would work, I think, in real life, right? So I just want to put, that's more for me, but I just want to let you know that that's a very specific thing for them to add in John 9, I think, right? So we're going to John 10 now. So Jesus straightened up and asked her, woman, where have they, are they, has no one condemned you? And in verse 11, she said, no one, sir. She said, and Jesus said, neither do I condemn you. Now, first of all, I want to stop there. First of all, right there. This is not a salvation message. This is a non-condemnation message. Okay, basically at that point, Jesus does not condemn the woman, right? Again, Jesus knew she was an adulteress, but Jesus didn't condemn her. Right? The other thing is to also under Mosaic law, it says you need 2 or more witnesses for a capital case. Capital punishment meaning that you put someone to death. Well, where were the other witnesses? So Jesus, you got to remember that Jesus here is the incarnation of law. And what I mean by that, he's not only there to uphold the law and represent the law, he is the law. And if you guys remember back John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. If you look at the definitive word means many definitions. It's the logos, it's the wisdom, it's God. He is God. And so he says, okay, neither do I condemn you, right? And I think, and that shows a heck of a lot of grace as far as I'm concerned. But the last line here, I think, shows the ultimate love. Then the very end here it says, Jesus declares, go now and leave your life of sin. Period. That's the end of the story. Now, why does that show love? Because I want you guys to think about your parents, okay? First of all, how do you know to stand in line and wait in line? Well, probably because your parents have showed you. How do you guys know when you should do your teeth? Why do you guys yell at you to just not eat, candy, even though I love chocolate? Why are the way, some of you are about to drive soon, some of you are 16 are going to start driving soon, and although you might go to a driving school, your parents are going to be there to tell you, look, obey the laws, don't speed, and all that. Now, they're doing this mainly because they love you. They love you. And in fact, if your parents didn't love you at all, they wouldn't correct you. That's part of being a parent, is correcting. Now, I'm not saying your parents are perfect. Lord knows, if you ask my daughter, I'm not perfect. But that is part of love. And when I saw when Jesus said this to this woman, remember, Jesus didn't say your sins are forgiven. He just simply said, go and sin no more. Leave your life of sin. Right? Basically repent. And I think that's a very loving thing to say to this woman. Not only did Jesus save this woman from being stoned, but he's also saying to her, look, stop sinning. He didn't say to her, hey, good thing you didn't get caught. You might as well just take off, just don't do it again. No, he said, stop it. Right? And that's exactly what a father would say to the child. And remember that God was not only Jesus, he's your father. He's someone to look up to. And so I just want you to realize that. So that's basically the storyline. Now I want to tell you a personal testimony and why this really matters. And I'm going to start getting from the love and more the fear part of it. But I want to tell you what happened in my life. And this is a true story, okay? What I'm telling, and again, this is where some of the senior highs have heard this, maybe none of the junior highs have heard it. So when I first became a Christian, I was probably a Christian about 1 or 2 years. And I go to a men's retreat once a year. And this teacher came in, and at that point, I was very into myself. I thought, okay, I knew a lot about God. I'm following the laws. I was very, very, very kind of a self-righteous attitude. It's almost like a Pharisee, actually, because I used to tell people, if I didn't like them, oh, they're going to go to hell. And you know what's funny? This is a true story, and I'm going to admit to you right now, I actually took some pleasure in thinking about that. Yeah, I was a jerk. I admit that. But I did take pleasure in that. So anyway, so I go to this retreat, and we're all sitting down, and the man comes up and says, okay, our sermon today is going to be on grace and love. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I know all that. What can he teach me on that? So the first thing this guy says to me, he says, I want you to think of a person that you don't like. And I immediately thought about this guy named Bob. I changed his name. It's a coworker of mine, actually. I immediately thought of him, right? Because this coworker was really, really mean to me at work. Actually created a lot of havoc. I used to come home even upset with my wife because I used to tell her, my Kathy used to get mad at me, like, why is this still a problem, whatever. Anyway, so this guy was saying, okay, think about something you don't like. So of course I thought of this person. Then he says, okay, I want everyone to close their eyes. So of course everyone closed their eyes. And then he started thinking, he said, think about what this person did. And I started thinking in my mind, all the things this person did. Then this teacher asked us, okay, how do you feel about all this? Get into your feelings. And it's funny, I had my eyes closed, and I remember I'm sitting, and I actually had my fist, I guess you could say tightly embraced. Because here's the thing, guys, I hated this guy. I hated what this guy did to me. I hated how it was affecting my family life. It was giving me tension. I just hated it. And I just did not like this guy, all right? Well, then this teacher did something amazing. The teacher didn't say anything for about 5 seconds. And then he leaned over to all of us and he said to us, that's how much you love Jesus. And I opened my eyes up, and I remember seeing my fist clenched, and suddenly this huge conviction came over me, because Jesus made me realize that, hey, Kurt, I just did not just die for you. I died for everybody, including your enemy, Bob. All right? And I'm going to tell you something. I was angry. I was mad. It was a silent retreat, so I couldn't scream, but I went back to my room, and I actually prayed to God and had a fight with him. And I said, God, this is not fair. This is not right. You don't know what Bob's done to me. You don't know all that stuff. And of course, Jesus happened to remind me, he said, Kurt, first of all, when I started my ministry, I was spit at. I had stones thrown at me. I was constantly on the run. And eventually I was on a cross where I had nails driven through my hands and on my feet. And I actually died. And this conviction came over me saying, you know what? I have never suffered that much. Even though this guy has made life at my work very hard, I never did. And I said to God, okay, fair enough. But then God, you're going to have to teach me how to get from the fear of the Lord to show the grace of the Lord. And you know what happened over the last couple of months? Because it took months. As I started to learn more about my coworker. And the one thing I found out is that this coworker's mother died when he was very, very young. And the second thing I learned that his father was very, very harsh to him. I don't know what exactly it means. I don't know if he was beaten or whatever, but it was very, very harsh. And I know today he has a very unhappy life. And so this hatred, this almost like, Pharisee, like I want to throw a stone at this guy, all of a sudden turned to compassion, because I had to learn to take this big log. And I tell you, it was like a big cedar tree out of my eyes before I took the sliver out of this guy's eyes. Now, don't get me wrong. What this guy did was wrong at work. And he's actually being disciplined by management because of other reasons. And he should be. But what it taught me was this guy actually deserves compassion, because I actually feel sorry for this guy now. And I don't want this guy to go to hell anymore. And in fact, I want this guy to go to heaven, and I pray for him, right? There's the grace that you just saw in the story about the woman. Well, it's the same thing for this guy. I hope this guy finds Jesus before he dies. I really, really mean that, right? So that, and what that do for me in my life? Well, first of all, I stopped bringing all my problems home from work. So there's less fighting between me and Kathy. I'd also had a lot of less tension in my stomach. Like sometimes I go to work, I wouldn't eat because I had so much tension working around this guy. And I'm also a heck of a lot more patient with people. So when people sin, even in front of me, it's like, yeah, I'm a human. I first want to get angry because I'm just a human guy. But I realize I got to back up a bit and say, okay, wait a minute. They're still loved by God. Okay. Now, that's the love part. All right. But I want to now swing over to the fear part. We're almost done, by the way. is, and I'm going to the next slide here. And I'm going to talk about fear here. Now it says in Psalms here that the fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. Sorry, this is Psalms 9:10. I don't know why I didn't put it there. Oh, it's written there. Sorry, NIV version. Now I want to just simply say to you, fear is knowing right from wrong, and fearing the Lord is knowing the rules. But fear differs from a tyrant. Remember when I used to think of God as a tyrant, like some godfather just waiting to pounce on me? And then I would take that projection and this guy, Bob, I would say, oh, I hate Bob because of what he did to me. Because I'm thinking, you know, well, I'm righteous and I'm justice and I'm loved. And God, you died for me. So this guy should just go to hell. Because that's the way I used to think God was like, right? But the fear of the Lord, beginning of wisdom, does not mean that. What it means is that Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross. Okay, you got to remember that, right? But you also got to remember is that Jesus also wants you to know more about him. So I'll give a good example about tonight. Nick told me 2 days ago that I was going to do this, and I said, great. And I texted Nick, I think it was this morning or last night, I can't remember, I think it was this morning. I said, Nick, can you pray for me? Because Nick, I don't want to teach something wrong here. And in fact, after we're done here, if I did, Nick will correct me, and I want that correction because Nick is a pastor here. I'm not. Nick has got a lot more theological studies than I do, and I believe iron sharpens iron. So I want that correction from Nick, and that is because I fear the Lord, not because I'm scared of him, but because what Lord has done for me is that I respect him. I revere Lord, just like your parents. You know, sometimes you clean your room because, yeah, you want to. Sometimes you clean your room because you just don't want to get yelled at. You know what I mean? But you also know that that's what God wants. Another good example is fear. Again, I can't unfortunately hear your answers, but I'll ask a rhetorical question here. What do you guys do when you come to a busy street? Guys and girls, sorry for the girls up there. What do? Well, of course, you look both ways. But why? Because if you get hit by a car, you know either you're going to die or could be paralyzed for the rest of your life. Now, it doesn't mean you're afraid of cars, but you have enough respect for cars that you know they could kill you. Well, it's the same with the Lord. I don't fear the Lord anymore. Why don't I fear the Lord anymore? Well, because think of this way. He 2,000 years ago died on the cross for you, each and every one of you, not just me, not just Nick, not just JK, not just my wife, not just John Durst, right? He died for all of you. But he also died for your family, your friends, and even your enemies. Think of the people who you may be picking up. For example, some of you may be bullied in school now. And by the way, that doesn't mean you have to continue to be bullied, nor does that mean you have to continue to be abused. I want to make that statement. I think Nick covered that last week. But you have to understand that everyone Jesus loves, everyone. And he wants no one. He wants no one. This is the three main principles here. He wants no one to go to hell. Okay, that's not his wish. Think of it this way. If Jesus wanted everyone to go to hell, all he had to do is nothing. Like he didn't have to go on the cross, right? So why did he go on the cross? Because he wants people. Second thing is that there's no sin that Jesus cannot forgive. He's God, right? And so, and the third and final point is that when you get down on yourself, and I used to do that too, because that's the other problem too. When I feared God so much and I was kind of like living like a Pharisee, well, I have to follow this, I have to follow that law, I have to make sure I tithe 10%, I got to make sure I do this, do that. I was running around and I was getting really on top of myself. Like, for example, I wouldn't get baptized. I said, no, I'm not ready yet, right? And all that. And I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen here is that if you look at God in fear that way, if you like, first of all, I wouldn't even be here teaching you because I would have been too afraid to even tell you this, guys. I wouldn't even be part of the youth group, right? But I revere God and I fear him enough to learn the Bible, to listen to Nick. Like if Nick corrects me after tonight, I'm going to take it, and I should take it, right? Because Nick knows a lot more than I do about the Bible. So that's a good fear because I want to serve the Lord. But I also love each and every one of you. And that's why I'm also here. So I want to serve the Lord and serve him right. But at the same time, I want to love you guys by showing the love of Christ. And I want to just read a verse. This is a saying by, I'm not going to get his name right. It's Daniel Bergen, I believe it was. And he said this. He said, if you're going to follow Jesus, you better look good on wood. And you think about that for a second. if you want to follow Jesus, you better look good on wood. And what that basically means that if you don't take anything else from tonight, guys, remember this story, how Jesus showed grace and love to this woman who, by Mosaic law, deserved to be stoned. There's no question about that, right? Because remember what Jesus said, yeah, you can stone her, but only if you haven't sinned. That's the grace part, right? But if nothing else, you have to have a life full of grace, compassion, and love. Because if you don't, if you fear God, this fear actually could turn into bitterness, and you actually may learn to hate God. And I really do mean that. Okay. So how you love, I think, is one of the ways that defines you as being a Christian. Okay. No, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that you need to go to school and get picked on and beat up and whatever too. For example, I've learned something from my experience from this person at work. The other thing that God taught me in this is I had to develop a thicker skin. And I finally told this person, look, I'm not taking this abuse anymore. And this person backed up. Well, man, I wish I did that years ago, right? So I'm not saying I take abuse, but I also don't want this person to go to hell. And so if you start thinking about what Jesus did on the cross, he died for you, and you start, and remember, we're saved by what he did. We can't save ourselves, right? We're saved by faith through Christ. And whether you hear Christ through the scripture, someone told you, through VeggieTales, I don't care. But if you know Christ and you believe in him through faith, then that's your salvation. But then how do you act that out in a loving way? And you might not be acting in a loving way because maybe the way you view Jesus, maybe you view him in fear. Because I used to the first couple of years. I was trying to be that Pharisee. I tell you, in that story, when I first read it, I would have been the guy with the stone. And then I realized, wow, Jesus saved her. And I started thinking, that's the God I want to follow. Anyways, I think on that note, I have 3 questions, but I'm going to have Nick come in here because I don't know if he wants to lead us to do these questions or not. And thank you guys for listening. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you very much, Kurt. That was awesome. Pardon me?
You got to stop sharing? Or?
You can leave it up for now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really appreciate those words. That was awesome. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is you guys are welcome to jump into the Zoom room now. And we're going to talk about these 3 questions. So is it better to be loved or feared? Do you think Jesus wants you to love him or fear him or both, and explain? And is there anyone who you know right now in your life that you have to forgive? Okay. So let's join Zoom now. And then you guys can all say thank you to Kurt here instead. I'm going to do that. There we go. And how do I get this? There we go. Okay. I'm going to end the stream now here, everybody. And for those of you who were asking questions in chat, just hold on to those for Zoom, and I'll come around and answer those questions. Okie doke. Alrighty. All right, everyone. Hop into Zoom. We'll see you in a moment.